Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Scorpio. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to the week starting April 12th, 2021. Quick reminder for all you out there who are Patreon supporters, remember the weekly bonus astrology report will be out this weekend, so stay tuned for that. And we are doing double readings, so each area has 2 cards. Same format, just extra cards. And so, what is going on when it comes to the astrology I want to talk about in this particular video? Well, on the 12th itself, we actually have a new moon that is falling in Aries, your 6th house of work, reputation, lifestyle, your schedule, and to a certain degree, your health. And this new moon is also forming a sextile to Mars, currently in your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, intimacy, self-generated or self-employment income, and all that good stuff. Now, this new moon is setting up a 2-week window, right? New moons, full moons, they're 2 weeks in their influence each. It all doesn't just happen on the day. And with a new moon sextile to Mars, we are actually seeing a considerable boost to your earning power, especially when it comes to areas of your life where you could be generating more revenue, could be generating new work, or maybe even noticing an opportunity to supplement your income where you have not been supplementing your income before. This could be through the joining of forces, maybe with another worker, a collaborator, or possibly even something that you are rolling out or tapping into that has not necessarily been monetized. Maybe it wasn't something you thought of monetizing before, or it's not something you knew you could charge for, or it just didn't seem viable in the past, but now it is. A new moon in your 6th house is also going to offer you an opportunity to maybe actually step into a different role, a different schedule, or maybe even a different line of service that is also going to provide a boost to your supplemental income that you may not necessarily have known you were eligible for. As we get on to the cards, well, for your spiritual themes, you actually have the Devil upright and the King of Swords upright. And with the Devil upright, this week I am seeing a lot of you Scorpio people now needing to take a good hard look at things that maybe have become a form of self-entrapment. And whether these are lifestyle decisions or they are old habits, relationship agreements, cultural agreements, professional agreements, the Devil card upright is indicating we need to pay attention to where we might actually be co-creating or continuing to support or empower or fortify the very walls of the matrix we're trying to get out of. And this can be kind of a tough thing, because we then have to face where we are either working with a mentality or with people or with a belief that ultimately is becoming a bit of a chain or an anchor that we do not want. The Devil card is indicating you're going to be finding the cause, core, and effect of a lot of these conditions as well, however. So that is, of course, very much an advantage. We actually get to see where everything comes from, where something came to be, and be able to actually root it out, cause, core, and effect, if we are diligent. As we get onto the King of Swords upright, this is also a week where a lot of you are going to be put in a position to actually make a lot of very long-lasting shifts when it comes to maybe changing the direction of a lot of systems that have already existed in your life. So it's kind of like you're hacking your own reality, and possibly, realities that have been co-created by others. Because with the King of Swords, what I'm actually seeing is rewriting a lot of things that need to be rewritten or overwritten. And this could be changing a lot of directions for the better, because the King of Swords is showing that this is actually creating an opportunity for not only more evolution in your work, your life's work, your social goings on, but it's also getting away from a lot of emotional, psychological, or just simply past or historical conditions that a lot of your life has maybe been slowed down or oppressed by, just due to the fact that we had been capitulating to them or living by them. The King of Swords is indicating, yes, this is a week where you probably are going to be making some decisions that are in the highest interest of all concerned, but may not necessarily feel very popular in the beginning, because we're talking about the highest interest of all concerned. Not anyone's personal agendas, not anyone's group agendas even, just the highest interest of all concerned from an objective, zoomed out perspective. And yeah, this might actually put you in a space where certain friends or certain family members or partners or whoever who kind of count on you to kind of maybe not do that so much, might not necessarily be as easy to work with. However, it is in the highest interest of all concerned. As we get on to your material shifts when it comes to your work, your job, your finances, you actually have the Page of Wands upright and the Page of Swords upright. And this is a week where a lot of you are starting to step into a much more prolific, but also quickly evolving status when it comes to a financial or professional priority. The Page of Wands is indicating something catching fire in a very, very good way as far as your own professional popularity, your availability to actually start working in the areas that you want to work. I see you answering a lot of invitations, offers, and propositions that are going to be coming your way. Things that get put out there at this time, kind of dropped at your feet, are suddenly becoming a lot more compatible with you, even on a deeply personal level. And you may also be finding that with the Page of Wands, you're getting elevated. You're getting elevated to be able to also work with people or work in areas that actually touch you in a creative, personal way, as opposed to things that might feel a bit humdrum or feel like they may be kind of an older you. When it comes to how you operate in your field. We're getting away from the you were 3 years ago and stepping into a space where the work that we're doing is more fulfilling to the person that we're doing now. The Page of Swords is also indicating that there are some interviews going on, some big important meetings that are actually changing your professional lane or your financial lane this week. And with the Page of Swords, I actually do see this as something that is allowing you to set aside some kind of maybe requisite or some kind of priority that you thought you were supposed to meet, something that you thought you had to do. And I'm seeing you being able to actually move forward without completing the task. Maybe this is a shortcut being offered to you or something being purged from your personal list in a very emancipating kind of way. As we get on to your communications with friends, relatives, other people in your life, you have the Ten of Wands upright and the Chariot reversed. Now, with the Ten of Wands upright, I actually am seeing that you're going to be joining forces with somebody, whether it's a deeply involved joining of forces or maybe something that's just kind of maybe there for now. I mean, that all depends on what's going on in your personal life stream. But the Ten of Wands is indicating that there is a very big mission, a very big story, or a very big opportunity coming your way that you're not going to want to miss out on. And I feel like with the Ten of Wands, yes, this is something that I do feel you are picking up with another. This may actually be part of their life as well, kind of a spot in maybe your friendship or your family relationship where your major passions and major ideals actually do blend and mesh very, very well. But with the Ten of Wands, this could also be something where you find a way to, again, maybe boost your supplemental income, or maybe the two of you or all concerned are suddenly getting a chance to become more prosperous or have more time for other things. It's a big adventure. It does feel like it's a very large undertaking, however, but I don't, again, and I don't think it's something any one person could do all by themselves, but it's something that you're going to want to maybe, I think that you would definitely want to say you're a part of. As we get onto the Chariot reversed, it does look like, however, there is going to be something going on where you're realizing that when it comes to a certain friend or maybe even an entire community that you're a part of, you're going one way, they're going the other. And the Chariot reversed is indicating that there could be some social, I don't want to say clashings, but maybe a parting of the ways that occurs this week. But it's something that you do choose to do for your own sake. You do kind of realize you've evolved out of this. You can no longer remain committed to it. Maybe there's an aspect of this engagement, this lifestyle, or this, routine that actually, harkens back to that Devil card. And we kind of find out like this is something that is taking up a lot of time and resources, or this really pulls me out of the zone. This really just changes the vibrations I'm putting out there in such a way that I'm not a match for the things that I want. And with the Chariot reversed, we do see that, yes, there's something going on where we've been kind of co-creating a future that's not for us socially or, again, in our family. And we're probably going to be actually taking the steps to extricate ourselves from that as we go forward. As we get on to your challenges this week, you do have the Emperor card upright and the Hierophant in reverse. Now, with the Emperor upright as a challenge, I feel like a lot of you Scorpio people are going to be needing to allow yourself to step into the position of being a real authority figure versus a highly capable adjunct faculty of somebody else's life or a group or a project. Because the Emperor is kind of saying it's time to really step it up as somebody who is an influencer and a facilitator. And I'm not talking about shallow plastic social media influencer, right? I'm not talking about that kind of clumsy kind of crap. I'm talking about something meaningful and from the heart of somebody who knows who they truly are. And with the Emperor, this could be you having to step in and give advice and give guidance where you don't think it's right for you to give advice and give guidance, right? It's like, well, I don't feel like I should step in. That's their thing. Or I don't want to be in charge of other people. I don't want the kind of responsibility of, having that kind of impact on how other people think and behave and do. Here's the thing. With the Emperor, we step up. We step up and we become that leader. And it is for the better. It is for the positive with the Ten of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Page of Swords, the King of Swords. Absolutely, you get a chance to help something become the best it can be, but you've also got to be okay with taking care of it and leading. You don't have to be the boss of anybody, but it is important to be a more prominent voice. Now, with the Hierophant card reversed, what I find is also interesting, however, as a challenge, is that you're also going to be going through a period where you are dismantling a lot of old and imprinted values that have been put on you. And this can go back to a very young age. Because with the Hierophant card reverse, we're also finding that maybe some of those are the root or the cause, core, and effect of the Devil card. Values that maybe have been pushed on us that we don't even agree with, that we may subconsciously adhere to, or maybe values that we try to uphold even though we don't understand what they really are, or any kind of cognitive dissonance especially when it comes to who we truly are, what we've come to understand is healthy and beautiful in the highest interest of all concerned, versus maybe the values instilled or imprinted on us by family, culture, and peer pressure. You're going to be doing a lot of pulling apart this week. And the reason I think it's a challenge is because now you're kind of getting a chance to see the higher thing, and you won't be able to live with yourself if you decide to just kind of dim down your shine and dumb it down. You'll be fine. As we get on to the relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you have the King of Swords reversed and the Six of Wands upright. So very polar, very nuanced kind of love this week. Now, with the King of Swords reversed, I am seeing there is going to be an acknowledgement or an awareness of something that has been operating in denial when it comes to love or, again, a romantic partnership. This may be something that you're catching wind of with somebody new, or maybe something that we as an established couple are finally actually going to acknowledge and just get out there and on the table to understand for real. Now, this could be something that has also been going on for a long time with whatever the situation is, whether it's with an individual person or maybe even something that we as a couple have been agreeing to uphold as maybe, let's just say, a wounded value. The King of Swords reverse is indicating this cannot necessarily be something that goes unaddressed, seen, heard, but completely unengaged with anymore. And for those of you who are single and available, you may be noticing somebody struggling with this as a part of what they are coming into right now. It's a very mentally and socially delicate situation, but King of Swords upright versus King of Swords reversed, maintaining illusions in order to function is never the answer. As we get on to the Six of Wands upright, however, I'm also seeing a lot of beautiful breakthroughs going on in relationships. The Six of Wands, a lot of you who are single and available are also going to be finding you're actually very, very popular. You're making some serious headway when it comes to actually getting beyond cordial introductions with somebody new, or maybe even a couple of new people. And, there's an opportunity to get busy. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Six of Wands is indicating that we are also transcending something that has actually been a rather oppressive chapter in our love lives. Now this could be something that we are doing together or individually, possibly wrapping a story up or maybe an era of our relationship up with a very wonderful, happy ending that actually puts us all in a better place than we were when we first started. The Six of Wands is indicating achievement. Now, whether this is a breakthrough ending of a thing and then kind of transcending onwards, or a breakthrough and then a remodel, of course, that depends on what you guys are working with your own relationship circumstances. So that is what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And if you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.